Hey everyone, this is Maika, your sommelier, and today we're going to talk about what do you do with the wine once you've opened the bottle. So I'm going to tackle some myths. I'm going to show you some effective wine tools to preserve your wines, and then at the end, I'm going to introduce the wine of the hour, which is going to be Longevity Chardonnay by Phil Long, and he's from Livermore, California. So stay to the end and enjoy the show. So, we're going to tackle some myths on wine preservation. What do you do when you open the bottle? So, a lot of us, what we do is, and this is super common, is we just try to put the cork right back on top of the wine. And we say that it's going to be good. Oh, it's going to be fine. Throw it in the refrigerator. It is good for if you're trying to preserve the wine for 2 to 3 days, but it does not stop the oxidation process of the wine, which means that the wine will go flat, it will lose its characteristics, it will continue to lose its integrity until it will grow stale. So this is good, but not so good. If you're like me, if you and you would like to preserve the wine for, say, I want to drink it throughout the week, or it's a nice $20 bottle of wine, and you want to conserve it, and just be conservative with your wine, then you're going to want an effective way to then you're going to want an effective way to preserve your wine. So, also, another myth is you just put it in the refrigerator and it'll stop the oxidation process. The reality is, once this cork has been opened, it does not stop the oxidation process because the oxygen is in the bottle and it will continue to break down the wine. Um, Even in the refrigerator, with the temperature is low, the oxygen will continue to seep into the bottle, and it will continue to make your wine flat and stale. So that is the myth. It's good if you're going to open it and you're going to drink it within, again, it's good if you're going to open it and drink it within 2 to 3 days, but if you're not and you're trying to preserve it, let me show you some other tips on how to do it. And I'm going to talk about these tools from the least expensive to the more effective way. So, the first thing that we're going to talk about is the still wine, which means it's the wines that don't have the bubbles in it. And I have this one. So, this one is one of my, wait, sorry. So this one is one that is the least expensive. I do like this one because it is cute. It does have the silicone stopper on the bottom of it, and you just fit it into the neck. And as you see, it has like 5 or 6 rivets on there. So it stops. So it has these indentions that will stop the flow of the oxygen from getting into the bottle. So once you do is you just push it in there, and then you just set it in the refrigerator. It is good. It is effective. You can see it does not leak. But the one thing I don't particularly care for, but it is the fact that once you open it, you have to reopen it, and once again, all the oxygen goes flooding into the wine, and then you have to recork it. So once it goes flooding in, the oxidation process basically starts all over again, and that's really about it. So it is good, but this way right here is only effective for maybe, it'll probably preserve the wine for maybe 3 to 5 days. Um, yeah, it's one of the great tools for this, and one of the reasons why I like this one is if you are having a festivity or you're having a festival or something, this will be a great opportunity to showcase these stoppers. And you can just pop them open and then go ahead and pour and then just put them back. But yeah, this is why this one is so effective. So I'm just going to put this right here. Let's set this right here. The next one is another stopper, but this one actually has a little aerator at the top. It's what I call the lip. And it does have silicone rivets as well. And the one reason why I like this is because it does have a little slit right here. And you can just open it up. It lets minimal air in. I'm just put my little glass right here. And then you just pour, and it aerates the wine. It opens up the characteristics and the notes, and then you just click it back on, and then it just closes it. So it lets minimal air in there. That way the oxidation process is a little slower. This one probably could reserve your wine within 7 to 10 days. It is great for red wines, white wines, everything. This one is a little bit more expensive than this one. I think this one retails at $11. I think I got that one from Target. The next one and is this one has hard plastic. You see the rivets are more spread apart than the other one, as opposed to the other one is. I really like this one because if you look on the inside of it, it has, let me take it off. So if you look on the inside of it, it has little gauges on in the inside of it, and that's when you can see straight through it. So that's when, if you have a wine that has sediment in it, it catches, the cage catches the sediment. That way it doesn't flood into your glass. So I really like this one. It does not have an aerator in it, but I would appreciate this more for more age appropriate wine. No, I would appreciate this one more for age-worthy wine, wine that has sediment in it, maybe a winery that has a little faulty, or some, maybe even something that has like leaves at the bottom of the wine. So just like this one right here. So if you see the leaves down at the bottom, so this might be able to catch, the cage might be able to catch this. That way it doesn't filter into your glass. So yep. This is one of my favorites. It's super tight, compact, and it doesn't allow the wine to come in. It's spill proof. And this hard plastic right here, it does not give. So this one would last a little longer than the silicone ones. So, and it's a little more expensive, but it's definitely worth the price, especially if you're getting more expensive wines. So the next one that we have, this is the vacuum method. The vacuum method is good because what it does is it siphons the wine, it siphons the air out of the bottle. So once it siphons the air out of the bottle, then it slows down, if not, it slows down the oxidation process. So what this is a vacuum right here, and then you just place the silicone cork on top, and it pulls, get about 6 pumps until it gets extra hard to push out, and then it vacuums it out. So there's literally no air inside this bottle. You see how spill proof this is? So, yep. This is one of my favorite ones. I would use this one, especially if I have a special occasion wine that I don't plan on drinking every day. I want to put in the back of my refrigerator. This could probably keep your wine, preserve your wine for 2 to 3 weeks. So if you don't plan on going in the wine bottle anytime soon and you just want to keep it for a special occasion, say you want to sip on it and then save it for, a special occasion, you can do it with this one. And then the great thing about this is if you want to open it back up, all you got to do is push down, and you heard that sound. Pull it open, and bon appetit. Yep. So, yep. Preserve this one. And this is the vacuum method. This is the second best way to preserve your wines. Now, if you have a wine, and these are still wines that we're talking about, if you have a wine that you know It's age worthy. You're not going to be drinking it every day. It's more than just a special occasion. This is like I'm going in it once a year. I want to keep it. I want to go in it and see how it tastes, and then maybe store it for a couple of years on end, and then maybe sample it again in a few years. This is going to be the tool for you. This is what I call the Coravin. The Coravin is for wine. The Coravin is an amazing tool. This is basically a game changer in the wine community because what it does is it allows you to extract the wine out of the bottle without even removing the cork. So what it is, it has a needle, and what you do is you push it on top, you pull the needle, push it down, and there you have it. All you do is pull this lever and it extracts the wine out the bottle. And what it does is you hear this hissing sound. It puts once it extracts the wine out the bottle, it pushes argon gas into the bottle. And the argon gas basically creates a blanket over the wine. That way no air touches the wine that's inside the bottle, and it allows the wine to continue to keep its integrity. It continues to mature in the bottle and age appropriately. So this is the Coravin. It's a great tool for age appropriate wine, and you can only use this on a cork. They do have a twist cap. If you have a twist cap, you can put it on there, and then they have one for that one as well for the Coravin. But the great thing about this, when you do use the cork, is corks have natural pores in it, so it reseals itself. So you see, as you can see, there's no drip, no drip. So it actually the cork reseals itself. That way, it allows no air to seep in. All right. So those are the still wine devices. I'm gonna put this one right here, and this is basically from least to greatest. Um, all of them are effective in their own way. It really just depends on how long you plan on keeping the wine. So I would not use the Coravin on an everyday consumption wine because the gas capsules do cost more than just putting this on here. So I definitely would, if it's an everyday consumption wine that I plan on going into quite frequently, I would use this one, or I would even use these two. If it's something that I plan on trying to preserve for a long time, or even for a month, and that's pushing it, I would use the vacuum method, or I would use the blanket method, which is the Coravin. All right, so moving on. When you buy these bubblies and these sparkling wines, or you buy a champagne, you want to kind of preserve those before they go flat, right? So I have a few or three that I have three wine preservation tools that you want to use to actually keep the bubbles inside the wine. So I have this Frexinette that I'm going to open. Anytime you're opening up a champagne or a bubbly, you want to make sure that you hold the cork and twist the bottom. Right. So as I open this, we're losing oxygen. I'm going to take it from simplest to the more complex devices. So this one that I have, I like this one. It has a hard ball in the inside of it. And then what you do is you expand or you twist it until the ball expands and it basically just push it into the neck. And it expands and it keeps all the oxygen out of it. And it preserves the bubbles beautifully. This one right here, I like it, but the one thing I did notice about this is that it can keep the bubbles in there, but it does lose a little fizz. It does keep the air. It does not keep the air out of as much as I would like it to. And then it's time consuming to put it on. As you can see, I'm still twisting. Come on. Okay, maybe this is my least favorite. You know what? It doesn't want to work for me, guys. Let's twist the other way. Let's see if that works. Is it getting tighter? No, it's not. Moving on. It doesn't want to work for me today. So you know what? Yeah, this is my least favorite. That's probably why it doesn't keep my little bubbles inside of here. So the next one, since that one doesn't want to work for me, we're going to move on to the next one. So this one is one that I do like. Uh, It does have it's basically a makeshift cage and a cork at the same time. All you do is push down and then you pull this under like the second lip of the neck on the bottle. And then it holds and it conserves. But I did notice that after 2 to 3 weeks, it does lose its fizz. So if you're trying to just preserve this wine for like a week or so, this one is good. The spring does get loose, so you do have to end up replacing these. I would say every 6 months, but they are very effective, especially if you're buying high-end champagne and you want to preserve it. So yeah. And then just to take it off, all you got to do is push down, and as you see, the lips they come up a little bit, and just take it off. So yeah, and that one's right there. Just pull this out right here. This one is my favorite. It's just like this one, but it's more sturdier, and then it has extra layer of security because this actually goes into the neck of the bottle, and it's just a little piece of silicone. And then, as you can see, it does have an extra little flap that lays on top of the neck of the bottle, and it ensures that no oxygen goes into the bottle. You push it down just like the next one, the last one, and then you just set it. I did notice that I've had this in my bottle. I had a bottle and I used this for maybe a month. And when I had took it out and I was going in and out, I probably went in and out of the bottle for about 10 times because I was doing wine tastings with this one. And the bottle never lost its vigor. It had bubbles. It flowed. And then when you know you have a good product when it comes out, when you pull this off and then you see the smoke come out and you hear that pop. So yeah, this one is always my go-to. This is my go-to for sparkling wine preservation. This is BG Max. The name of this is BG Max, and you can get this on Amazon for, I think it's a 3 pack for like $12. So this is a really good buy, especially when you purchase high-end wine. Yep. So those are my tips for the night for wine preservation. I hope you liked it. It is very Let me see. So these are my tools for wine preservation that I use to preserve all my wines, and they are all good in their own way. I hope you enjoyed this part. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about longevity. So on to the wine of the hour. The wine of the hour that we're going to talk about is longevity. Longevity Chardonnay was created by Phil Long and his wife, Deborah. They started making wine in 2002 in Livermore, California. They started off as a hobby in their garage. And as it got bigger and well known, they opened up their business and they called it Longevity in 2008. They call it longevity because long, Long, that's their last name, and longevity is, the way they classify their love. So it's a beautiful love story, and it's in the name of their wine symbolizes the love that they've had for each other. You notice that inside the logo is a bunch of hearts because Deborah loved hearts. So they named it. That's the reason why they call it longevity. So let me think. So this wine right here is 13.5 alcohol, and I'm gonna take you through the sipping motions of it. Throw that right there. I'm gonna take you through the whole tasting test for it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna observe it. So you can see that it is more. It's probably like a. It's a beautiful texture and color, very transparent. You can actually see the legs. The legs are long, which tells you that it does have, the wider the legs are, the more alcohol it has on there. So you can see the legs coming down. Very beautiful. So the next thing you want to do is let's swirl it. Take it towards the light. Take a nice sniff. It is pronounced. I can smell it. I can smell the aromas as it comes through the glass. When I smell this, kind of gives like a sweet candy smell to it. Probably a little. I do smell butterscotch. I don't want to say butterscotch. It kind of gives me a little caramel smell to it as well, which is distinctive and is unique when it comes to a Chardonnay. So I would say the smell is pronounced and it does give you a level of intensity as well. And especially and also the visual appearance of it. So let's take a sip. So on the tongue I get for at first impression, it is a off dry to medium body wine. It is a little heavy on the tongue, so that's a medium. That's where I get the medium body from. I am getting salivations. It means I would say it is high intensity for characteristics. I am sensing definitely a butterscotch at the end. I do get a little citrus at the front of the wine, maybe a orange. It is refreshing. I would definitely enjoy this for um, a nice pasta. I would I would take this for a pasta. I love Chardonnay. This would be very good with popcorn. Like date night if you're in the fall, screen on the green, you want to take a nice bottle outside, this would be the perfect wine for that. This is what I get from this. Special occasion, date night. charcuterie boards, s'mores. This is the wine for that. Most definitely. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you got everything there is to know about wine preservation. What do you do when you open up a wine and you don't want to just drink it the same thing? So thank you and tune in to the next one. If you have any questions, or you can follow me at Mayika_Sommelier on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And tune into the next one. Thanks.